Second time, guys. Gavin, we've been working on our Kauchis this week, right? Now, I want you guys to get comfortable from all different kind of tie-ups on it, right? So the underhook is by far the highest percentage one, just because we get this like driving effect from the underhook, okay? So it's still my favorite kind of entry for it, right? Like I mentioned, the main drill we've been working is this like shuffle step, where we're just making the guy step forward and then trying to hook that foot and then follow it up with that ankle pick, right? Now, usually, right, you don't really have to pull the wrist, you just have to be quick at getting into the hook. But remember, we're not trying to pick up the leg or anything, it's just like a blocking tool that we use, right? So normally I ask you guys to drill like this, so we pull and then we go into the drill, right? So drill it like that, but also drill it where you're just going in straight away, right? And you get a quicker reaction out of it, right? Like I mentioned, we can do these from overhooks as well. So boom, same thing again. You can drive it with that overhook and it works really well as well. 2-on-1, right? So from 2-on-1, if we can shoot in, also works really well. So really play around with all those little options from there as well, right? So again, ask your partners to get collar ties, you clear it, come in, do your tap, right? Punch in your underhook, do your pull, tap. You get an overhook on us, we're walking around, trying to find that angle, right? So just loads of reps of that. Let's go. Nice. How you did? You okay? Not bad. Now Russell, try to keep the foot really sticky in the position, right? More of a toe posture, so like that, perfect. And you just want to make a little hook just behind his ankle, perfect. Now try to stay your legs dead straight with a hook as well. And you're basically gonna keep it there while you're driving and then just tap the leg as well at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so you're feeling like you're falling on top of it, okay? So get your hook.
Placing this.
That's it, perfect. And now lean into him, block the leg, block the leg. So this is gonna let go up.
Oh.
Perfect, and then drive. Yeah, but try not to let go of the hook though. The entire time the hook's gonna stay there. So that's what I mean by you have to pull into him, right? Because after this, if I take a step, it's gonna drop it down, right? So like, I'm pulling into it. Got it? Have another go, you're almost there. So make the hook, pull into him and drive. That's better, right? But keep it more sticky. Boom. Nice, boys. Lovely. So Michael, if you want to do these types of ankle picks, it's hard if you're like behind the guy, right? So if you got your hips back like this, you're usually a little bit too far. So you have to stand a little bit tall and in the middle of them. So this is where kind of you get a better angle for the foot position. So you have to change your style a little bit, right? Or just circle, right? So if you feel like you're diagonal on the guy like this, yeah, this is way better. But normally the guy will also be trying to face you, right? So you'll be here. Like these are positions. Got it? And time. All right, guys, Gavreen. So we're working on our HQ passing this week, right? So we did the hip smash. We'll quickly recap it. We're not going to spend too much time on it today, but the idea was we take a little high step on the back of his hamstrings, and then we're squatting really low. And we're hoping that with balance and control over here, we're able to get to a smash stage, okay? But again, it means the guy's thigh got slightly fatigued. We're able to use our chest to sprawl on top of it, and we land in this hip smash position, okay? From hip smash, ideally we'd look for a wrist spin and some form of good head control, right? If we can ever just windshield wipe our feet and get out to the side, happy days, but most people are gonna trap you here and not let you back step, right? So normally we're trying to upgrade the position into leg weave without getting saddled, okay? Which means if he triangles the legs here and flares, we're gonna get off balance. So as soon as we put that knee through, we know that's a really common technique. So we change the angle of our knee to point it towards his hips. So if he tries to flare his knee now, he just hits kind of a little brick wall, right? That's really important. Don't ever hang around here for too long in leg weave, otherwise you are gonna get swept, right? So all I'm doing there is, instead of being on my hip, I'm just turning and putting my knees on the floor, right? From there, lots of things will open up, but ideally, because we had the wrist spin, we'd be able to upgrade to an underhook and then eventually go to mount, right? We're not going to mount if this knee is very close to his chest, because you see, it blocks me, right? So the idea here is like, we're swallowing this knee so we can get into mount. And if his elbow's in and we don't have an underhook, it's just not gonna happen, right? So we have to move to something else. And it usually will be some sort of like back step or sequence to north-south from there, right? So that's gonna be our bread and butter. We do a good job putting the guy into his back. We do a good job preventing him from pummeling his legs to the inside. We manage to crush the knees down, and now we're kind of patient in the position, right? Unless you are really needing points in a comp or you really need to get to a pass, we can try to kick out and quickly pass to the side, right? Might cause a scramble where it turtles, exposes your back, but it is possible as well. But if you have time, I'd rather go into the sequence where we're trying to get these wrist spins, control the situation a little bit more, take your time with the pass, and go into mounts, right? Because you really end up in a great spot, right? So let's quickly recap that, and then we'll move on to today's stuff. Talk to your partner as well, see if the balance is okay, if you're not getting pummeled in. So Michael, you see that right foot of yours needs to go on the inside of his legs. Yes, that's the position there, okay? Sink your hips down a little bit lower. Yeah, hip smash. And then cover his hips with your arm. Yeah, don't go too high, so go super low into his hips. That's better, okay? Now from there, just try to flip him around a little bit, see if we can sweep him to that side. That's Alex. Alex, try to like move him around a little bit. So you're like, see, you gotta put your weight a little bit more into there. And look for a wrist spin, right? Now the wrist spin we're looking for is the other way. for this here, because you're able to extend his arm a little bit more, right? Beautiful.
What am I preventing with the wrist spin?
He can invert underneath as well to go into leg locks, and turtle to avoid it as well. And again, we need to find the space to go to mount, right? Your head position is great, always keep it like on that side. So this is where if you could pummel your legs to kill his hook, the other one ideally, so the other one's gonna come in, go on top. Yeah, exactly. Again, you're not gonna be able to do it most of the time, but if you ever can, then with pummel, right? But assuming the guy's being quite sticky with the hook and you can't really get it, now we're moving ourselves into leg weave, right? So that knee is gonna slide in, other knee first. So that knee is gonna go in between his legs. And this is where he's gonna try to saddle you, right? He's gonna try to do that, right? So base your knee over here now, and point your knee right to his hip joint. So if he tries to saddle you now, it's gonna feel like you're stuck. Slide your knee up to his armpit, and then go to mount. That's it, perfect. Got it? So you have to be quite subtle with your movement there. If you miss one little thing, you're gonna lose the mount. Okay? Left hand, what stage? Show me what you mean, sorry. I'm a bit confused. Go into there, head to your smash. Yeah, you can. So like to shut. Sometimes people will have a frame on you, like have a frame on his neck. And they'll grab your ankle, grab his ankle, and you might not be able to crush the position. So you have to like hand fight, push his shoulder, or go inside his arm to get that frame away. I would pummel, so this is the main frame, right? So I'd pummel that arm inside, take a C grip on his bicep, and then try to like push that to the floor to see if you can clear the hook. But it really depends on the guy. You can do 2-on-1 as well and push into his chest. But hopefully you tired him out during that chaos and you managed to get in. Nice, keep the sticky hook, slide in, look for your wrist spin at the same time. Head nice and low. Yeah. That's the sweep. Change the angle. Slide in. And now. Now slide this knee over here. So step up with this knee. That's it. And then put it on the floor. Now just point your knee to his hip. Yeah, exactly. All right. So if he tries to sweep you now, shouldn't be difficult. Then you step over to mount now. That's it. Hi then, boys. You okay?
Hello, how are you, brother?
You good? Yeah.
I watched your wrestling, dude.
Oh yeah.
Kid, I haven't seen you move like that ever. You had some amazing rounds.
I appreciate it.
Really sick.
I got kneed in the jaw, and the jaw is fucking hurting.
Was that when he like jumped?
Backflipped.
Yeah, you can see it kick you, right? You can see it kick you just like this. Ah.
But yeah, I open my jaw now, I can literally feel it.
I love that sort of funky. You like were on the back and you had you on your back and you had the single leg.
Oh mate,
You
yeah.
must have not known what the fuck was going on.
I almost lost because of that. I just heard like one of my mates, Josh, on the side, he's like, "Get off your back, you're gonna lose." And I'm like, because it counts as a pin, like if you're both shoulders on the floor.
But you were kind of like, yeah, you were like that.
Yeah. It depends, right? So sometimes the guy allows you to crush it like this, you're all good, right? But you be careful because they can off balance you as well if they extend the shin and do that kind of thing, right? As long as you're okay with it, it's all right. That's it, smash it all the way, covers his hips with this hand, cover the hip. This hand is gonna look for a wrist spin, remember? So you're looking for that pin, ideally the other way, right? So this is where we're usually trying to slide our left knee in between his legs. So just through that little gap, right? Step up on the other leg, and now we need to change the angle, right? Boom. Now don't go for the cross face, because then this wrist will be free. Take an underhook instead. And then flatten him out a little bit, and now slide your knee in, and step over. Yeah, that's it. foot inside. Nice, Michael. Keep the wrist spin. Yeah, the wrist spin's better. And now, if you need to get more room, upgrade the wrist spin to an underhook. And now flatten him out with the underhook, and then try to swallow that knee now. Yeah, and then slide through. And time, guys, Gavarin. All right, so now we're just gonna talk about the guy on the bottom a little bit, okay? Because they are gonna be quite active and they have a couple of options in terms of frames and foot control. The most common one is always like someone's gonna grab your ankle like this and have a frame with this arm across your face. So it's harder for you to get into those smacking scenarios, right? So we need to deal with this arm a little bit. Now, this is where sometimes, right, if we're dealing with the arms, our legs go really light. So we have to go into almost like this float sequence where now I am gonna start driving my knee through, right? Before, I was just hovering on top and kind of like extending my leg and hoping that I'd be able to crush the knees like this, right? So I wasn't really driving that much weight onto him, right? In this case, we couldn't really get past. The guy's doing a great job flaring his knee open. So now I'm gonna like lean on his thigh a little bit more, right? Now it's a wobbly stance. If I overcommit to this side and he just pushes me, I'm gonna get off balance, right? So it's almost like you're hovering in the middle, but you're always like adamant about going back onto your toes whenever you feel like you're getting off balance, right? And the idea here is like for us to lean a little bit more onto the guy where we get our hands on top and we can float on top, right? And then we're looking on ways of how to clear this frame. Could be a pummel to the armpit where we can push and then get to some sort of 2-on-1 grip, right? It could be, again, me just smacking this pass sometimes and getting to there. But normally the easiest one is like you reach over the top and you just try to grab, let go of the pressure because it's really hard to push if I'm pressuring him. So I let go of the pressure and I just grab the wrist, right? And I'm just pinning that down towards his chest, right? The pin works great. And now from here, you're mostly relying on your shoulders and chest to do the rest of the job. Okay, I'm just like melting into him and then going back into the hip smash, right? So again, the partner's gonna be a bit more active now there, trying to off balance you. I'm gonna float on top. And I'm gonna try to posture up and see if I can clear that, pin that towards his chest. And I'm using my elbow, my chest, I'm just like shimming and then getting back into my smash, all right? And you're going back to that same sequence as before. Yeah, you can push across as well, so if you can time it well, you can go here and then just push it across and then try to get wrist and go there. Any little creative way to get the frame off, that's the main goal, all right? Let's go. How you, Jeff? You alright, dude? Good to see you, bro. Other way. So stand up. You're coming in like here. So you wrap the legs in between. You have this. That's the one. So he's got a frame on your neck now. So a frame on your neck and he's got your ankle. So you couldn't push this leg down, right? So we're gonna have to do this first. So from there, take a 2-on-1 grip on his wrist. 1, 2, push it down towards his chest and pin it towards his chest. Like, yeah, that's it, okay? From there, now use your chest and everything to finish off the smash. You can let go of his arm now and hug his hip. And then this arm now, you're trying to get rid of that and then get a wrist spin. Same sequence as before now. So you're trying to either pummel your legs or go into leg weave, step around, and then go into mount. Nice.
We're not guys to try and just fatigue his hips.
Huh?
Am I just trying to fatigue his hips?
Yeah,
the
pretty
whole
much.
time?
Yeah, you're there like for about 2 minutes until
What
see
happens
it.
if your hips don't fatigue?
Yes, yeah. That's the dangerous thing. Then you have to change styles completely. You have to kind of go into different sequences. Nice, Russell. Push it down. Nice. Pin it to his chest. Yeah. That's it. Good shimmy. Nice.
Take your right leg out first, or do you leg weave whilst your right leg is still?
No, I kind of leg weave like this, and then I go back to my knees. Yeah.
So you get this right leg out first.
Yeah, especially because some of them they keep the foot for a bit too long, so you have to like stretch your foot out to break the grip.
I see.
Nice, Alex. No, be careful here as well, because if you now stay in that position, he has this arm over here, right? So if you try to go to mount now, he can elbow escape on that side and then push your knee inside to try to go into side. So I don't really like taking the cross face, okay? I would if I'm looking for something like a Dars, for example, right? So like then sneak this arm through and then go for a Dars at the same time. Exactly, or headlock series, those are better. But underhook would be better. So if you can take an underhook, so he's a bit stronger, right? And then flatten him out first, and then slide your knee in, because now he can't elbow escape when you step to mount. Okay? Cool. Yeah. And time, guys, lovely. All right, so we're gonna do a couple of specific rounds now, all right? So again, I'm trying to get you guys to develop a couple of skill sets. The first one is controlling hip smashes, all right? Which is a talent of its own. So again, we're gonna get into the end part of that pass, which is we're starting off with the hip smash already, right? Start noticing things, right? If I step up on the leg, I'm giving him a little hook. Really learn how to use your hips efficiently here and be sticky, right? I don't want to be really high up on his head, otherwise he's gonna sneak up behind him. And remember, we're starting in the perfect position. So we're starting with a wrist spin, good head positioning, and this, right? So it's mainly us making a mistake on top, allowing too much room that lets the guy get something, right? So he doesn't have a frame, he doesn't have anything at this point, right? So your head is quite low here. Got head positioning, it's mostly leg work and hip work. So if you can get this mastered, you're gonna be able to get to mount or pass pretty much half of the time, right? And again, it's just because we started in this great spot over here, right? Take your time looking for the windshields or the leg weave. Remember, if I stay on my hips for too long, I'm still gonna get flared and swept. So change the angle and be patient here, right? You don't have to rush at this point. Take your time upgrading to that underhook. We really don't want to cross face from here. His arm is completely free. So even if I were to go to mount, you can step and push this leg now, this one, and go straight into my back, right? It looks like a great spot and it might work out, but if the guy is quite good at his elbow escape, he doesn't really mind it. He'll let you mount and then he'll just shove that leg in and back away, all right? So make sure you're either staying with that wrist spin or upgrading to an underhook, right? So again, we're starting from the hip smash already, wrist spin, good head positioning. All right, let's go. I'm gonna swap you guys around. You guys go together. Yeah. Be careful with his hip, okay? He's got. This is pretty much all hip pressure. so I wouldn't go on the bottom. Let's go, guys. So you're starting already with the hip smash. So close, yeah, close, sprawl in, get a wrist spin, good head positioning. That's it, okay? So you guys should be getting into mount half of the time here, unless you rush something. Nice, so bend there, what happened there? Reset, reset again. You just didn't swallow the knee enough, okay? That was the only issue, right? You almost had it. Boom, start with your wrist spin, start with your head positioning. That's it. Go. Get into leg weave, change the angle. Take your time here. So keep your hips drived in, so your left hip. Yeah, don't let him. Hey. Drive that hip more, you're still too high with your hips. Okay, like drive it in. That's better pressure there. He's strong. Change your wrist spin to the other grip. Let me see. Let's see if I can fix it. Go again. But he's strong, so it's gonna be hard. Change to that grip and use your head right underneath his chin. Okay, and go down a little bit more so you're on his hips. All right, that's it. Step out with this leg a little bit more and drive your left hip in. All right, go from there. What's happening there, dude?
You just pulled it up and it's out.
It's probably the leg strength, huh? Come on, dude, I believe in you. There's something going on there. So there you're good. Drive that down a bit more. Yeah. Let me see what's happening. They're probably gonna fling me over.
But yeah, okay. We don't start in the same position. Because this is completely smashed. With you, I'm already
High. Yeah.
I'm much higher.
Start like
This
with your
is
hips.
harder. Yeah, I'm like this with you. Like that.
So again. And time, top to bottom, guys. Other side to go. Other side, other side. Boom. That's it. Drive your hips in. Underhook. Wrist spin. Sorry, wrist spin. Head positioning. And really low on his hips, not high. Yeah, okay. Drive that hip through. That's it. Don't step over. I think most of you, both of you as well, here's the initial position you want to get hold of, right? I think it's because you guys are on your knees like this.
Yeah.
But like, you can actually leave this leg completely out. You can go like this.
Okay.
You can base, you can go like this as well, right? And the whole goal here is just to upgrade to here. But this is the point where they have the room to do everything, right? So don't go straight away. Like, chill here for a little bit, be in the position, and like, just don't let them take you to the other side as much. And you can use your hands sometimes as well, right? And then go. Boom. Got it?
Yes.
There, drive the hips. Maybe step up with that leg. Try it with that leg up. And remember, this is the thing that you don't want him to flare. So like, either slide your hips in a bit more, and then, yeah, exactly. Okay. Head positioning. Change the angle. Knee goes through. Try. No, it's already in, so you're good. Now it's this knee going there. Yeah, and then mount. Boom. Yeah, step over now. That's it. Yeah. So here should be super hard for him to recover. Nice. Lovely, Jurgen. Put that knee in his armpit. And time, guys. Nice work. All right. Last round now. We're starting from that HQ stance now. So now we have to try to get to the hip smash, right? So starting from here. All right. Let's go. Side is going on top. I'll tell you when to swap over. Let's go. Start already in the air, exactly there. He's on his back, you step in, and you go from there. Kill that little heaver hook, Russell. Point your knee to 2 o'clock. Yeah, and push that out. Step over this leg. Stuff in between your legs. That's it. Nice spin. Lovely. See if you can slide that left knee of yours underneath his thigh up towards me. Yeah, now step up with the other leg. Stay driving though, stay driving. That's okay, chest to chest, stay low. See if you can pummel over the top. Or maybe push that butterfly hook through. Take your time, work on the balance, don't get swept. Nice, there's your chest to chest. Upgrade to that underhook now. Other side, yeah. That's it. Now be careful with the bridges, okay? Take your time again. That's it. Wait for the right time to try to slide that knee out. And again, careful with the explosions. There's your pommel. Nice. Be ready for the explosion when you're halfway. Hey. Use your butterfly sweep to get him back. Nice, reset. Close one. And time, top to bottom. Let's go. Nice, Alex. Melt in. Use your hands as well. Use your hips. Hug his hips now. Hug his hips with your left hand. Hey. Lucky. Hey, hip smash still there. Keep going, keep going. Get back to the hip smash. You're almost there. Nice. Good slide up. Stay with the upper body too high there. You want lower body. Control his hips more. Nice. Look for that underhook if you can. If you can't, look for the wrist spin. There you go. Mount. Nice. Drive that hip now. Jeff, you're almost there. Keep it low. Use your hands to push that hook out. Clear that hook from your thigh. Clear that hook from your thigh. Yes, that's the step over. Now just be careful with the sweep. You can put that knee through. Put that knee through if you can. There you go, there you go. Mount. Back take, hooks in. Yes, nice. And time, guys. Alright guys, moving on to the next class now. So it's free sparring. Let's go. If you're rolling, time is running. That's the thing I'm working on. So like that you
I'm not doing anything in the energy.
Come on, guys, 10 seconds, dude. Get that submission. You've been hunting it. You've been setting it up the whole round. That's how much time, no? Time. Oh, is it only a 10-second round between rounds then? It's only a 10-second round between rounds. Who wants to ring me up?
Let's get a shot around though.
Everyone's beating me up. It's fucking crazy.
Toronto!
Hello, brother. How are you? How are you, man? Good. What's your name? John. Nice to meet you.
Indeed, you want to go? You're so good. I'm done. There's your man baby short. What's the time, PC? I'm all right now.
No, it's fine.
Strong, huh? Oh, put it off on the ball. Oh. Very I'm trying to be every Friday and then try to do some other time. Is that? Who's the one?
Give it.